You've been told your whole life, give, give, give. But what if everything you know about giving is dangerously wrong? Stay right there. Before you drop another coin in that bucket, before you say yes to another favor, you need to hear this. What if your generosity has been making things worse? For you, for them, for everyone. This isn't an attack on kindness. It's a rescue mission for it. Rome invented the bread dole, free grain to the masses. Within a generation, half the city refused to work. Even in the Bible, the most famous act of generosity ended in a pig pen. Spoiler, that was kind of the point. Here's the ancient question philosophers and prophets wrestled with. When does giving become enabling? The answer isn't to stop giving. It's to start giving right. And the difference is everything. Ancient wisdom had the answer, written down thousands of years ago. Almost nobody reads it this way. Today you're going to walk through a door most generous people never find. Your time, your money, your energy, it's all moving. The question is, where is it going? Let's start in the book of Proverbs, the ancient world's MBA program in human behavior. Proverbs 11 verse 24. Some give freely and gain more. Others withhold what is due and come to poverty. Solomon, the wisest man alive, understood something most charity misses. Giving is a relationship, not a transaction. A seed given to fertile ground becomes a harvest. The same seed thrown on stone disappears forever. The widow's 2 coins, the most famous gift in history. But here's what most sermons skip. Jesus didn't tell her to give it. He observed it. He honored it. He did not command it. There's a staggering lesson in that silence. The widow gave from abundance of heart, not abundance of pocket. That distinction is the entire teaching. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. You cannot give from an empty well. This sounds obvious. You will be shocked how many people ignore it. The Good Samaritan didn't give everything he had. He gave oil, bandages, lodging, and then he left to work. He had a plan, a destination, a timeline. He even arranged payment. That's not charity, that's stewardship. He didn't say here, take whatever you need. He said, here is the amount, and I will return. Boundaries. Accountability. Reactive giving feels virtuous. Intentional giving is virtuous. They look the same from the outside, but only one actually helps. Proverbs 19 verse 19. A hot-tempered man must pay the penalty. Rescue him, and you'll have to do it again. Proverbs 6. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. Even the Bible calls out freeloaders. Solomon wrote it down so we wouldn't have to figure it out ourselves. Yet here we are, still making the same mistakes. So who exactly has been draining you? A family member? A friend? A cause? The leak in your giving isn't always the other person. Sometimes it's the system you've built around them. Matthew 25. The master gave talents to each servant according to his ability. Even Jesus calibrated giving. The servant who buried his talent wasn't evil. He was afraid. Fear is the number one enemy of meaningful giving. 2 servants doubled what they were given. One froze. The return of the master? That's accountability meeting generosity. You must keep your own lamp lit before you can light another's. This is not selfishness. This is sustainability. Here's the twist nobody sees coming. The person you've been blindly giving to most? It might be you, the version of you that gives to feel good, not to do good. The ego of giving is real, ancient, and dangerous. The Pharisees gave loudly in public for exactly this reason. Matthew 6 verse 2. When you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets. They literally did that. Trumpets. At the temple. The antidote isn't to stop giving. It's to move the audience from them to truth. Give as if only one is watching. The biblical giving framework has exactly 3 steps. Discern. Prepare. Release. That's it. Discern who actually needs help and what kind of help will actually help. Not all need is the same need. Prepare. Decide what you can genuinely give without creating a new wound in your own life. Release. Give it and let it go. No strings, no scorecard. Accountability ends when the giving is rightly done. You wouldn't hand over money to a merchant without checking the goods. Why would giving be less thoughtful than shopping? Even the prophet Elijah collapsed from burnout. The angel didn't rebuke him. It fed him twice before asking anything. Refilled, he walked 40 days on that meal. You must be filled before you can fuel others. That's not a metaphor. Deep roots. That's the secret. Your generosity is only as sustainable as your foundation beneath it. The feeding of the 5,000 is also a logistic story. Organized, seated, distributed in rows. Even miracles have method. Real giving multiplies. It doesn't deplete. The flame metaphor isn't poetic decoration. It's biological and spiritual truth. Now you have a framework. The question is, what will you do with it before your next act of giving? Write down one person or cause you give to most. Now ask, does this fit the framework? Discern, prepare, release. The pause before the give. That single moment of discernment is worth more than 100 impulsive donations. Wise giving preserves the dignity of the receiver. That's not charity, that's justice. When everyone gives wisely, no single person breaks under the weight of it. That's what a functioning community looks like. Giving wisely is slow in the beginning. It looks smaller than impulsive giving. But watch what grows. The wisdom is in the text, but it only works when you carry it outside the scroll and into your Monday morning. You now have everything you need to become a giver that actually changes things, not just feels like it. If this opened your eyes even a crack, press that like button. It's the modern widow's might of YouTube. Subscribe and ring the bell, because next week we're going deeper into ancient wisdom that nobody talks about anymore. There are more videos on generosity, wisdom, and the ancient life principles that still work in a modern world. You're already in the right place. Now go, discern, prepare, release, and give in a way that actually lasts.